How does it feel being here?
It's cold. The biggest, I think, in Manila Cathedral, that's like the main church. They wouldn't have these much bells, maybe 4 or 6 or something like that. I grew up south of Manila where there's a church in the next street. So every 6 a.m. The church bell rings. And even if we do not go to that church, we know the time, and it's like it's part of the everyday sound that I usually have.
It's not every day.
I'm just really fascinated actually with the sound of the bells. And it all started with my fascination with anything metal that produces this high-pitched and resonant sound. It just makes me, when I'm in a church and I sit down, I just look up because the sound goes up. The idea of the bells being in the Philippines also has a lot to do with the colonial history of the Philippines involving a lot of violence. When the Spanish came, everyone was supposed to be Christian. I'm also working with this traditional song form called kundiman. I think much of the history of kundiman relates around revolt against power in the Philippines. Late 1800s, early 1900s, the poetry would be about someone's love for another person, but it's actually code for their love for the mother country, for the country. In history, they would use kundiman as protest songs against the Spanish and against the Americans. The kundiman's history is also complex as the identity of the Philippines. It's like the tonal language is so European, but the language is Tagalog. Along with my research for identity, my identity as a Philippine composer, I think that kundiman in its complexity, I think reflects that kind of identity that I'm searching for. For years now, I've been researching on my personal identity as a Filipino composer. In the Philippines, we were colonized by Spain for 330 years. And the bells are a part of our identity as Filipinos. I keep on asking that question, should I write like pre-colonial Philippine music? Should I write like Spanish, music or American kind of music? But I was trained in the Western classical tradition. It's kind of complex, but in a way I'm embracing that post-colonial identity, bringing it in my music, but still looking back at the items that have imposed some sort of power in the Philippines, like the bells.